A lot of people wonder whether AI being black boxes is a problem. Should it matter how or why the AI agent that you've developed got to a particular action? And the answer is it really depends on the scenario. So if you're doing something that is simple, straightforward, stakes aren't really high, it doesn't matter quite so much how the AI agent got to a particular outcome. So imagine you're planning a travel itinerary to Italy. You do want to check to make sure the sources that the AI agent used are current and it understands your profile as a traveler and what your likes and dislikes are. But at the end of the day, you're not going to spend that much time checking the citations and making sure all the data was correct and timely and such. You just want that complete itinerary to work off of. Now, the problem is for a lot of the workflows in business and enterprise, particularly in regulated spaces like finance and insurance, the ones that multimodal builds in, you 100% want to know how, why, what the AI agent did. Every single little bit. You want that perfect trace, and you could accomplish that if you have a chain of thought that you build intentionally into these AI agents. And I think that's so important. And you also want to know what activity was orchestrated from the AI agent to human operators. What did human operators do? Did they override some of the things that the AI agent did or recommended? So you have a perfect lineage of all of the thoughts, observations, and actions that were taken, regardless of whether there were AI agents or humans. And this is important because in these regulated spaces, you have internal compliance to go and adhere to, and you have external regulators that will very much step into this space. And we will see it in the coming years. AI will be regulated. There will be some best practices in what you should capture and how you could prove that there wasn't bias or foul play or anything like that around the use of AI. And frankly, we do this today by tracking what kind of thoughts or due diligence led to a particular outcome, and then you could appeal those outcomes. But I think with AI, it's going to be even more important that we do so because there is more skepticism around AI kind of working and thinking because it's a little bit different. It thinks a little bit differently than humans. AI sometimes gets things right that a human would have a very difficult time getting right. And other times AI fails spectacularly in ways that humans would consider extraordinarily dumb, right? And so I think AI thinks differently than humans. And so it's very important to understand how that AI thought through the course of things that it needed to think through to perform a particular action. So that chain of thought, the observability, the ability to explain agentic AI, very, very critical in regulated spaces. It won't matter for all workflows in all spaces, but in regulated spaces, absolutely has to be built in from day one. So if you aren't thinking enough about this right now, I strongly recommend that because you're future-proofing yourself when you deploy these AI agents in production and you have more compliance and regulatory requirements to meet.